And we're now officially recording. And hey, everyone, and hey, I see a barbarian kobold out there. Hello,
Hey yo!
thanks for joining. Yeah, we are Laser Vision Comics. We are a Prowlers and Paragons series. We have just begun a few weeks ago, and we are going through the origin stories for our characters. Tonight is the long-awaited, long-anticipated issue 2 for
You
Agent
better stop.
Orange.
You better stop.
Oh, I've been looking forward to this one. He's
Long awaited, long anticipated.
he's an interesting character. I think he's a lot of fun. So we're just going to kind of give you a quick update from issue 1, if you didn't watch it. Um, Dr. Evans, Dr. Maurice Evans, had a little bit of a lab accident, and some bad things happened to him. I'm going to let our player kind of give you a quick recap of what happened to Dr. Evans.
Sure. So I was in the middle of an experiment. I was waiting for one of my understudy partners to meet me at a late night rendezvous to attempt to catch up on some final adjustments. And I ended up spilling something that caused an explosion. The next thing I know, it felt like I was kind of floating in the air. I didn't fully understand what was going on. I didn't have full control of myself. Um, and I just seemed to kind of like be very tiny compared to everything else for some strange reason. So I ended up escaping that lab. I made my way to a different lab that, even though I've worked in this building for several years, I never knew existed. It was full of a bunch of experimental animals, the primary number of them being certain types of primates. Um, One happened to be tagged off named Agent Orange, and I ended up somehow through science uh, putting my consciousness into this animal. So, in a really quick fight with security that I did not recognize, it was not Charlie. Hashtag Charlie. We got to a little scuffle. I escaped with two of my primate friends, exited the building, and now I'm currently en route to get to my apartment. Hopefully, we'll see.
Righty. Well, it is probably getting towards midnight. He's been kind of making his way across town. He lives about 15 minutes away from the lab downtown, so he has an apartment nearby. But it's not quite as simple as just walking down the street. An orangutan in a lab coat might
At least
get.
he has a lab coat.
That's true. That's true.
It
So
could be
he's
worse.
so that's true. So he is kind of adapting. The instincts in him tell him to be able to kind of move from building to building, and he kind of climbs up a building. He'd kind of managed to kind of scurry through some alleys and things. Managed to get across a street without really anybody seeing him, and now he gets to a building that's actually right across from his apartment building. So he's climbed up the roof, and he's now kind of staring straight ahead at his apartment building.
So it's the joy of trying to get in there. So when I'm at this building across from the other building, how far would you say on average it is?
Oh, it's probably 20, 30 yards. It's not enough that he could jump from one
Oh,
roof to
so
the other. Yeah.
it's like actually across the street, or is
Yes.
it like buildings
A,
that are on the
a,
same
Across the
height?
street. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would probably be looking to attempt to get down to the other side eventually after I figure out a plan.
Okay.
Get across the street, and then because I can't just enter through the main entrance, probably climb the side of the building, a fire escape.
Okay.
Um, if I can, because I have pretty long arms now, I might be able to get from
Yeah.
window to window.
It's
You never
it's
know.
it's something that he's gonna find out, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right. So what you would have to do, and kind of similar to the picture you have in your background, that's kind of what you see from the
Okay.
other side of the street. So yes, you would have to get down, get across the street. Um, I want to see if he can be sort of stealthy
I am going to roll stealth, and
in
I am going to attempt to go for a fire escape first to try to be safer, since I am not George of the
George of the
Jungle as of
Jungle.
yet. I'm sure he still doesn't have all of his faculties of things he can and can't perform.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try to be smart about this
Okay.
ish. So let's go for stealth
Okay.
first. Actually, should I do
I
survival?
I would say more survival really.
Okay,
Yeah.
because this is his first time climbing up the side of a building.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with survival. Let's see, two successes, one six.
Okay. He jumps up. He kind of grabs one of the fire escapes. He actually starts to slip a little bit. Give me an agility roll, please.
Agility. It's a little better. Uh, two.
Okay. He manages to grab on, but he's now just hanging by one arm, and he's like, he's like, all
Well,
right.
as I'm hanging,
Mm-hmm.
since I'm inside this new body now, does it
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm straining,
No,
or does it
no,
feel
no.
natural?
It's it's the body. It feels natural, but in your mind, you're like, I didn't know I could do that. So
This
g-
is weird.
give me a might roll because he's probably like, okay, I'm hanging here, but this isn't an effort.
Four.
Better. He kind of pulls himself up with one arm, and then he's kind of looking at the next, kind of the next fire escape up. So, actually, give me an agility roll to see if he can jump from one
I'm
to the
gonna
next
do
one.
an
Yeah.
agility roll.
Yeah.
Uh, three.
Okay, he gets it. He kind of pulls himself up, and he's like, okay, okay. What floor does he live on?
Um, let's roll it out.
13th. No.
The fourth. We're gonna go with the fourth floor, Trebek.
Okay. Okay. That'll work. All right. So he's up to the third floor now.
Okay.
So he's gonna make
One more roll.
one more roll. Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Three.
Oh, okay. He's got it. So it's not maybe not the most graceful thing, but with each attempt, he's gaining a little more, like muscle memory, almost, on how to do this. So, okay. So he is up there, and he is on his own fire escape. He doesn't have keys,
Nope.
so he has to get into his apartment. Um, would he leave the sliding glass door open?
I'm gonna have to flip a coin.
Okay. All right.
No.
Okay.
So, um, he's gonna take off his lab coat.
Hmm.
He's gonna wrap it around his
That's what I was
monkey's
thinking.
paw. Monkey paw, you get it?
Yep.
And, ow.
All right. Give me a might roll. I'm assuming he sort of pulls his punch, or maybe he doesn't know.
Honestly, I don't think he does because he doesn't know his own strength right
Okay.
now.
Yeah. So give me a might roll then.
Yeah. Four. This Bausch.
Yeah. He doesn't shatter the whole thing. He's enough that he kind of breaks off part of it. But as he starts to put his hand through, glass starts to fall. So he probably takes one damage from some glass falling onto his arm. So,
That.
but it
All
didn't
right.
it
So
it didn't make an enormous racket though. So,
I'm gonna attempt to reach in to get to the latch,
mhm. Okay,
slide it up the best I can,
okay, all right,
then
and
bloop.
slither through. Okay, so he is now in his apartment. Why don't you describe what his apartment looks like, please?
Um, typical bachelor. Maybe a pizza box off to the side. He hasn't taken out in a couple days. A pile of dirty laundry, a pile of clean laundry. He has a dresser, but doesn't put anything away. He
Uh,
just has two piles. He does have his work stuff. Like some of his stuff is hung up
uh,
because he needs like stuff for presentations and things like that. But he really doesn't have to worry about anybody
okay,
else. He has his workstation at home. It isn't a huge apartment,
yeah,
so he has like a living room area that's kind of split up into a couple of sections. Like he has his workstation area, then he has a couch and a TV area, then a little open space that opens up to his patio out on the fire escape, and then He would have like a little kitchenette, a bathroom, and a bedroom.
Okay. Does he have any pets?
No,
No pets. Okay. All right.
he he is a pet now. So,
Hey, we get offended by things like that. So no.
um, so first thing he would do is try to go to his closet to find anything that remotely fits
Okay.
because he's not used to not having any pants on. So his limbs are much longer
Hmm.
than beforehand. So
Yeah.
if anything, he does find a pair of semi decent pants that he
Okay.
fits into,
Okay.
but they ride up high on him, so they fit more like capris.
Yeah.
And if he puts on any of his shirts that have any long sleeves,
Hmm.
he completely
Yeah.
outgrows them. So it would either be some type of t-shirt or a vest, or if he does have a jacket, he would find something that's as oversized as possible. So
Okay.
if he can't find anything decent, I'll roll a die to see if I do.
Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
he finds a drawstring. So he
Okay.
throws in like an extra pair of pants,
Okay.
shirt.
Okay.
Uh, he puts his lab coat in there, and then
Hmm.
he has, um, say, a rain jacket and a pair of capris on.
Okay.
And he grabs his car keys, his spare keys. So it has his apartment key on it and his car. His car is still a lab.
Yes. Yeah.
So he puts that into one pocket. Anything extra he had, it's at the lab and it's probably confiscated. So he
Okay.
doesn't have a cell phone. He attempted to find facility ID. He couldn't.
Okay.
Um, what else would he grab at the house? Oh, he would go into like either a kitchen cabinet drawer or a desk drawer, and he would find his a dress book.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
um, he would have his contacts. Um, and he skedaddles out of there because he doesn't want to draw too much attention. He doesn't know how loud the window smashed.
Hmm.
And he's pretty sure if they had something resembling government agents over the lab,
Hmm.
it's only a matter of time before they come in here.
Okay.
Um,
How is he exiting the building? Is he going back out the fire escape, or is he going out through the hallway?
Actually, I'm going to retract that. He's going to do one more thing.
Okay.
He's going to turn on his computer.
Hmm.
If he has a flash drive available, I'm assuming he does.
Yeah.
Um, he would back up the majority of his work, put it on there, put it into the bag, and then wipe his uh, desktop.
Okay. He is.
Would you like me to make a tech
Okay.
roll on that?
Yeah, and it's going to
Okay.
be more difficult because he has giant fingers now and he's
Okay.
trying to type. So, so I'm going to make it a little more difficult. So,
Uh, Three.
it takes him like an hour, and he's getting very frustrated.
Unless he's going to hear like either somebody attempting to come in or somebody coming up the stairs or whatnot, he's going to take his time as long as
Yeah,
possible
yeah,
until,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know.
It may take him over an hour to just even get
Okay.
things set up. By the time he is done, it is after midnight, and he is exhausted. Um, Now he can either stay here and fall asleep or try to get back out into the night, but at some point he's going to have to rest.
You know what? He's tired. Um, he has his bag packed.
Okay.
He's going to make sure the chain lock and the regular lock are on the door. He's not even going to make it to the bedroom. He's just going to pass out onto the couch.
Okay. Yeah, he
It's been a long night.
okay. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He needs a rest. So okay, so he is gonna pass out on the couch. He wakes up the next morning. It's December, so it's cold now when he wakes up in his living room. Broken glass still laying on the floor. Um, it's probably about like 9 a.m. or something. He wakes up, hears traffic and all that. His hearing is much better. So he's hearing now people like moving upstairs. Um, he's hearing He found sounds of people talking and things like that. So he's something he's not used to. He's kind of. Um, has he tried speaking? He doesn't have anyone to speak to,
Hello.
but and he hears himself say hello in English.
Is it his voice or does it sound different?
It's raspy. It sounds like his
Apish.
voice. It sounds like his voice, but yeah, but there's kind of a growl behind it, but it sounds like
Okay.
his voice.
So it's probably like, hello.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Um,
And it
I
might
have to
be.
make sure it's audible for the mic.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. No, no, no.
um,
That's fine. Yeah, yeah,
uh, yeah, he tries to talk a little bit. It
okay,
just sounds weird to him.
yeah,
It's gonna take some
yeah,
getting used to.
yeah. It's gonna take him some time. Um, okay. Now, is he going to try to leave the house during the day, or is he going to wait
Yes,
till nighttime?
he is.
Okay, okay,
He's now realized he has some type of ability to at least traverse via rooftop if he has to.
hmm okay,
So
okay,
he would continue to climb up
okay,
and then go as far across as he could without making like superhuman type leaps and whatnot. He would still like take his time if he has to traverse down in between alleys,
okay.
whatnot. But he's not in any rush to get back to the lab.
hmm
When he gets back there,
hmm
his intent is to get to his car.
Okay. Is he okay? So he's going to get to his car first. Okay. Um, so he manages to get across town. There's a couple times where it's kind of dicey, and he has to quick move to get past some folks who might be. They're not looking up. Luckily, everyone's kind of focused on where they're going, so they're not looking up. Um, he does need to jump from one building to another. Won't have him make an agility roll.
Okay.
If it was nighttime, he would have been able to kind of go through the alley, but
Mm-hmm.
this time
Absolutely.
he's like got to jump over. So
Uh, 3.
okay, he gets across, grabs the edge of the building, just pulls himself up very easily. I mean, he wasn't the kind of guy who could do a ton of pull-ups
Yeah.
he's like, damn, I
Way out
can
of
do
shape.
I can do this. Okay, and he gets across that building, and then he is looking down to there is a parking lot for Jet Microsystems, and he sees his car. When he looks down, he sees security guards, but they wear different uniforms than Charlie. They're wearing these black uniforms, and these guys aren't old retired security guards. I mean, these guys look professional. And there's one standing by the front door to this to Jet, and you see some people still kind of walking in the front. That's the only guard you see outside. I mean, there may be cameras that you don't know about.
Do I
Uh,
see any employees that I recognize?
uh,
Or any other
let's
staff?
uh, roll me just roll me one die. Just tell me what you get.
5.
No.
Um, Even during the daytime with a single guard out there, I really don't want to draw attention if I don't have to.
Okay.
Um, I'm gonna attempt. Okay, I'm gonna attempt to get to the building,
Okay.
scale it, and attempt to enter through the top of it.
Okay.
I would like to cause a distraction since
Okay.
I have my keys.
hmm
I want to start hitting like the lock to set off the.
Okay.
So hopefully get him to focus on that,
Okay.
and I'll.
Okay. Roll your
That's my goal
roll your technology, please, and how he gets it with these big orangutan
with
thumbs.
his big old digits,
Yeah.
jungle digits. Let's see. I got 4.
Okay. Boop 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 boop. And you looking down, you see the guard kind of like, all right. And he kind of starts walking towards the parking lot, towards your car. So when he gets closer to your car, that would probably be the moment where you could leap down, kind of to the edge of the parking lot, and maybe kind of scurry behind some cars to get
That's
towards
what I'm
like the
going to go
back of the building.
for.
So
And
yeah,
then when I get right to the edge of the parking lot, I'm going to hit the car alarm.
okay, okay,
So I make sure he's as distracted as possible.
okay.
And I'm going to
Okay,
take off.
I'm not gonna make you roll to jump down, and we're gonna say he kind of safely gets behind the cars. So now he's kind of in position where the security guard is kind of looking at your car. So
I'm going to try to get to the building and climb up.
okay, um, I'm gonna actually now have you make a roll though, because I want to have you make a covert roll. I believe that's
Sure.
kind of the sneaky rolls in this game. Yeah.
Covert. With a 2.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know how to be covert. He's
Right.
a scientist.
Right.
I got a 6.
Okay, cool. You
So
look
2
you
successes.
look up and you do see there is a camera at this end of the building that's kind of panning the back of the building. So
I'd probably wait, watch its pattern for a couple minutes if I'm in a safe spot. If I'm not,
yeah,
I'm just gonna have to take the chance.
he's
Um,
probably got a couple seconds until the security guard turns around and heads back to the building. So he's either got a
and I'm gonna run.
okay, all right.
Yeah,
So yeah, make me an agility roll, please, to try to scale the building.
I'm gonna do it. 3.
Okay. Uh, it's not as easy because there's not as many places to grab onto like the fire escape. So he manages to grab a window ledge and he's kind of hanging there like, okay.
Hanging out in the open.
Yeah, yeah, basically. Make me another agility roll. See if you can kind of pull yourself up
Another
to, yeah,
agility.
yeah.
1, 2, 2 successes.
Uh, he's
He's more shimmying right now. He's like,
yeah, 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 exactly. Kind of like a crazy climber. If you remember that video game.
trying to find a better spot to
Yeah,
pull up at.
yeah.
Um,
Make a. Could I have you make a perception roll, please? I want to have
the
you.
window I'm at,
Mhm.
is it transparent or is it tinted?
It is transparent.
If I just peek up, what do I see in it?
Looks like an accounting office. So,
Okay. Something that I recognize or no?
probably not. You probably haven't.
Okay.
I mean, you look in and you're like, oh, they look like accountants. They're not anybody you recognize. So,
I'm going to do a perception check
okay.
just to get any specifics in there.
Hmm.
2 successes.
Okay. Um, Nothing.
Like if there's any people in there,
Yeah,
if
there's
it's the
a.
type of window that actually opens.
It is not a window that opens.
Okay.
And there is one person in there. Their back guys at a keyboard just typing. His back is turned to you though.
Okay. I'm going to attempt just to pull an Assassin's Creed and just shimmy across
Okay. Give me.
and like get over to
Yeah.
the next offices and hopefully I see something that is openable.
Okay. If you could give me if you spend a resolve point, you're going to be able to get like an extra die for your agility roll,
I'll do
because
that.
he really wants to like make that leap. So
I'll do that. Okay. All right.
I know we're supposed to technically use all your resolve up between every issue, but I'm
I have
okay
a lot
with.
of resolve.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
if you
So
want to do that.
yeah, 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 yeah. This is a heroic moment though. So,
5.
okay, awesome. Yeah, he kind of swings back and forth, and then kind of jumps kind of upwards to his left, and manages to grab onto another windowsill.
All
So
right. He's gonna.
pull himself up. These ones are tinted,
Okay.
and
Um,
if he went up one more floor, he'd be up to the roof. So
I'm gonna attempt it.
okay, make another agility roll, please. He's swinging back and forth.
4.
Okay, that's enough. He gets his fingers on one of them and manages to just kind of grab the other one up real fast and kind of pulls himself up, and he is able to climb up to the roof.
It's up to the roof.
And standard building roof with air conditioning units. And,
Ventilation.
Hmm.
air ducts
Yep.
systems. Has
Yep.
anything? Well, actually, no. I didn't exit through the roof, so I wouldn't know that.
No, no.
Um, Up on there, are they able to be opened, or do they have padlocks on them? Or
They look like they all have locks on them, but there is a doorway for obviously for maintenance to be able to come in and out. So
I'm gonna see if it'll open.
uh, it's actually open. Somebody probably
Oh,
just screwed up and left it unlocked. So okay,
I'm heading in.
you were in a stairway heading down.
All right. My goal in here is to see if I can get back to a computer that's in my lab. And I
Okay,
know that might be hard because I don't know how much security's over there, how much stuff's been pulled out of there.
you're
I need either to get to a computer in my lab
mm,
or I need to get to my office.
well,
And I
you're
need to um look up um scheduling to see who was around the area at time so I can get a frame of reference to see who can I seek out to figure out what happened or to get some type of help.
okay. Um,
So that's
okay,
his goal.
okay. Um, he's gonna be able to get down. So basically, from the roof, he gets down to because that's the third floor. Wait, he went one, two, no, second floor. Excuse me. He's down to the second floor. His lab was actually down in the basement, though. So
That's gonna be a trek.
yeah, yeah. And these stairs do not lead to the basement. They go just
Okay.
second to the second floor. So he would have to potentially go out in a hallway on a floor he's probably never been on. There's probably more offices on this
Alright.
level. The labs
So
tended to be down in the basement. So
the goal that I would do then is I would
mm,
go down to the first available floor, get in the hallway,
okay.
find the nearest ventilation shaft,
Mm,
climb up in it, shimmy around, try to find a main shaft, and go straight down.
okay. He's pretty big for a ventilation shaft.
Um, let's see.
I'm not saying he can't do it, but
Yeah.
it's gonna look like Winnie the Pooh though. He's trying to win, so
So now his whole outfit just changed. He only wears shirts. His stomach hangs out of him. It
exactly,
has to be an orange shirt instead of a red one.
exactly.
Um, let's see. I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. If
You,
it is an office area,
mm-hmm,
I'm gonna have to search around, but I'm gonna find a mail cart.
okay,
And when I find the mail cart, I'm gonna try to crawl into the bottom of it because eventually all the mail in any office setting stereotype goes down to the basement. So
all
I'm gonna
right,
hang out in that cart until I have an opportunity either to get close to an elevator or if it ends up going down on its own, just ride it out.
okay. I'll have you make an investigation roll
Sure.
to be kind of checking around.
Tree. I got 2 6s, so
Okay.
4.
Yeah, he sees as he's creeping down the hallway, he does see a mail cart, and it's by an open doorway, and you hear some people talking. It's gonna be a tight squeeze to get in there, because he's big.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
If I have to take out like an extra basket and like hide it behind a desk just to get under it, you know what I mean?
well, so you're gonna go
Um,
around the cart and go into an office.
uh,
Because
I'll,
right now he's outside the office door and the cart is there. So basically he's able to maybe slip into the cart.
okay, and I'll attempt it.
Okay. Uh,
Let's go covert.
yeah.
Nothing else really fits there.
This giant orangutan.
I got 1 6, so 2 successes. His ass
It's
is probably hanging out. It's like
he's got his face at the front of the cart and his ass is hanging. At least he's not a baboon with a big pink ass sticking out.
so. I'm gonna attempt. Okay,
Right?
just to make it seem like it's not out of the ordinary, where my head would probably be hanging out, I would feel his backside hanging out. So I'm going to try to tuck that in as much as possible. I'm going to take a mail basket and hold it in front of my head. Just like
All right, I'll take that just because it's funny. So,
I would,
right.
I would roll where you want, and if I get caught, I get caught. But right now, I don't have a lot of options. I have huge jungle fingers. You know, like,
All right, okay? So he is hanging out.
no,
He's in the
otherwise, lean off for it.
he's in
You
the
know,
cart. Okay.
he's in the cart.
And we're gonna say Mark, the male guy, comes out. Make me
It's
another.
basically like this. He's like,
Could you could could you make me another covert roll, please?
sure. I got a 6. So 2.
He walks by the cart. He's still talking to somebody. And goes to push the cart, and it's really freaking heavy. And he goes,
He's like, what?
"Ugh." He's going, what? And then he looks down and sees, and he
I'm
goes,
just gonna look at him like he's gonna just like this.
and he's like, uh. So he's like pushing the cart.
And he's just gonna point to the nearest office.
He kind of takes you past that office and takes you up to the next one where the door is closed.
Okay, so
He knocks, there's no response, and he just kind of steps back from the cart and looks.
he's just gonna attempt to reach up for the doorknob, and he sees this huge hairy arm out of nowhere that just, and he's attempting to reach for a knob,
he gets it.
and he just goes like this, points into the office.
And he just goes, uh, after you, I guess.
So he rolls out of the cart quite awkwardly. And he scrambles into the office, and then he waves him in.
Oh, he's like, okay. He kind of strolls in, like, um, you know,
Shut the door behind you.
and he's like, man, I used to do a lot of acid, man. Maybe this is.
It's not like that. Shut the door behind you.
And he shuts it. And he's like, what are you?
Look, I'm gonna be straight with you. My name is Dr. Maurice Evans. I work here. There was an explosion here last night. Did you hear about it?
No.
Okay. And he looks around to make sure, like, there's no cameras or anything. At this
And
point, he's on
yes,
his final legs. He's paranoid.
yeah.
He's like, okay. There was an explosion downstairs last night.
Okay.
I know you see a talking orangutan right now,
Uh huh.
wearing clothes.
Uh huh.
You're not on acid. I
Okay.
swear. And he reaches into his pockets and he pulls out his car keys and he pulls out what do you have in his other pocket? Car keys and the flash
Flash
drive.
drive. Yeah. Yeah.
Pulls it out and he's like, I need to get to my office. Do you know Dr. Evans's office?
Yeah. That's down in the basement.
Okay. If you can get me down there, my wallet is down there. I will pay you. This is not a joke. You see a talking orangutan. You can turn and run, but I'm a doctor here. I have a lot of money in an account.
He's like,
Do we
shh,
have a deal?
shh,
Um,
shh.
I'm gonna attempt to.
Actually, yeah,
What
maybe.
would I roll for that? A charm.
Yeah, I was gonna say charm. Yeah.
I'm going to attempt the charm, and I'm going to spend a resolve
Okay, that'll work. Yeah,
because I really need it.
yeah, yeah. I'll give you an extra die on the charm roll.
Thank you.
Yep.
Uh, 3.
He's like, yeah, I guess. How are we gonna do this? You want to try to get back in the cart again? He's like, there's cameras everywhere, man.
It's not funny because I see him attempting to keep a straight face
He's really
about
freaked.
getting back to the car. I need to get down there. Do you have a trash bin? Something that's going to hold me to get me down there. Some type of hand cart and something I can get into.
Yeah, if you give me a few minutes, man. I mean, I'm.
Or if you take all of the mail out of the cart and put it in here for now, you don't have to do anything illegal. You just have to get me downstairs. And the money's yours.
Uh,
One trip.
Sure, why not? He goes out, starts pulling stuff out of the cart, and it's probably a much more space for him.
He's
He
going to rip a curtain, pound off a window. He's going to cover the cart.
okay,
So when he
okay,
crawls in it, he'll actually be obscured.
okay, that'll work. Okay,
That's how it's covered.
and he's like,
Um, and he'll take 2 of the mail cartons and he'll put those 2 on top, so it still appears as if he's pushing mail.
yeah.
And he dives in.
This is awesome. Yes,
I'll try.
I love it. Yeah, he gets in, and Mark kind of gets the cart. And he's like, all right, I gotta get you down to the elevator.
He's gonna stick an arm out and he's gonna help
That's
attempt
what I
to.
was thinking. He's gonna do this.
Yes, he has to.
All right, it
He has
helps.
to.
Um, you get down the hallway, you get to the elevator, and he pushes the button.
Yeah, he's about 200 pounds.
Yeah,
So
and he's waiting. He's waiting. Elevator comes. 2 ladies step out, and he's like trying to pull the cart back. He's like, "Good morning," and they're like, "Oh, hey, Mark," and they don't even look in his direction. They just walk past him. Gets in the elevator. He's like, "God damn, you're heavy."
I didn't plan on this.
Pushes basement, and you hear that.
Da, da,
Yeah,
da, da,
exactly.
da, 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 da.
Exactly. So you get down there, and you as you get down to the basement floor, is he going to leave a space that he could peek through, or is he keeping just everything?
Um, it's a curtain,
It's
so
yeah. It's
he can't really without like
yeah,
picking up
yeah.
something.
Yeah. Okay.
He's gonna wait till the elevator stops, and
Okay.
if he hears like the ding and
Okay.
the door open,
Yep.
he'll
Yep.
he'll
Okay.
peek up.
He looks down. He recognizes the hallway, um, and directly ahead by one of the security gates is one of the security guards in black, those new uniforms. So Mark is like starting to kind of stroll forward with the cart, and you can't push your arms out at this point. So
No, I can't. What
okay.
I can do.
Hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna have to make a roll on this because I can't
Yeah. Yeah.
finagle this. I can attempt to like put my arm through the back of it
Okay.
without knocking over the cart
Okay.
and attempt to help him push off
And
the
he
ground.
goes,
So at the very least, oncoming,
yeah.
you're not going to
Yeah.
see anything. Yeah.
And he goes, whoa. And as he goes a little forward, the guard goes, "Hey, stop!" The guy's like, "I'm just delivering mail." You hear the guard say, "Well, this area's closed. Nobody's delivering mail today." He's like, "Oh man, I'm just doing my job, man. Let me just go through, just drop off the mail." All right, come on. And you hear the kind of the door sliding, and Mark is like straining to push through, and you get past this door.
When he does he hear it slide shut again or no? Is it
Yeah,
still open?
yeah. Here's a
All right.
slide shut.
When it shuts again,
Mm.
he lifts up the curtain to see if
Mhm.
it's his office or not.
He probably has to go about another door or so down, but then he gets to his office. It's going to be on the left-hand side.
Okay. So I'm gonna peek out my head.
Hmm.
It's one office over there.
And he's like, trying to turn this goddamn cart. And I actually, in an old job, had a big mail cart that I push, so I know how heavy they can be when they're full, and they're
She was a 200-pound
yeah,
orangutan.
yeah, yeah, and they are not maneuverable. So, uh, so yeah, he kind of gets it, and he kind of like um, pushes open the door. Just kind of takes it, okay, and he gets you all the way in, and then shuts the door.
Okay, so when I pull up the curtain again,
Hmm.
um, is anything different in the room from the last time I left?
Make a perception check, please.
Okay. Two.
Not that he notices. He left his desk a mess as usual. Coffee cups, things like that. But nothing,
Oh,
nothing
the
he
body is
notices.
gone, right?
Well, no, no. He died in the lab. This is your
Ah,
office.
ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he gets to his desk.
Hmm.
Um, okay. He would reach into his desk and he would pull out his checkbook because his wallet was probably on him. Um,
Yeah.
when he goes to pull it out, it's literally like, and he has to hold it like this. And he goes, "Who do I make it out to?" And as he's attempting to scribble, it's a huge scribble. He's trying his best. He does not have any penmanship, and he's like,
um, Mark Wilson.
okay. He looks at it, he's like, he takes it, rips it off. He rips a blank check, and he
Okay.
says, "I can't write this." And he folds it in half. He hands it to him, and he goes, "Thank you. You saved my life." And
No.
he attempts to put it into his hand.
Uh,
At this point, with oversized digits, it's like semi crumpled up, but he's attempting to
Mark
hand it off if he can.
Mark takes it. He looks at it. He's like, um, no problem, Dr. Evans. If you ever need help, just let me know, man.
You never saw me here.
Yeah, well, nobody's gonna believe I was talking to a orangutan, man. I mean, dude, they do drug tests here, so
Smart man. Smart man.
he's like, all right, so you need to go anywhere else, man, or
I don't want you to get in trouble,
okay, all right, so
but thank you.
he opens up the door, sticks his head out in the hallway, and takes the card out and goes to the right to basically go back the way he came. So
At his desk,
okay,
um, he's going to attempt to obscure any interior hallway windows
okay,
to best he can without making it seem overly obvious.
okay. He
Um,
we'll say he kept the drapes from the cart. So
and then a monitor,
hmm
the keyboard, and the tower will
hmm
go onto the floor.
okay,
So he's behind the desk.
okay,
He plugs in the flash,
hmm
and he's attempting to bring up any login records of anybody that came into the lab that evening.
I don't know if he has that access. That's a security function.
Um, I was thinking he should be able to access anybody that came into that area because of the high hazard material, since he is in charge of the department.
Well, let's have you make a technology roll to
Okay.
see if he can finagle that.
Like for
Yeah,
hazmat stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, 4, 5.
Okay. He is able to find that only a certain level of access employees
Okay.
are allowed into that lab, and that there is a security group called known as Silver Star Solutions that have
Silver Star
solutions
Solutions.
that have access to this to those labs. He cannot get though individual names.
Okay. Um, he's going to pick up the phone.
Hmm. This will be good.
Is is Charlie a night guard over there?
Um, Charlie worked the
Because when Maurice came in, it was evening going
mhm,
into
mhm,
the overnight.
mhm. Uh, yeah, Charlie worked days into the early evenings, so he would not have been like overnight.
All right, so there is a chance he is there today.
You could try, yeah. Yeah, you could try.
Okay,
You gonna
so
call like the front desk or something,
I'm
or
going to attempt to call his extension,
okay, hey, call it. Okay,
holding it extremely awkwardly.
and
He's like,
and
hmm,
and a gruff voice says, "Jet Microsystems front desk. How can I help you?" It's not Charlie.
hello, can I speak to Charlie?
Charlie. Which Charlie?
A guard up front.
Oh, he ain't working today.
This is Dr. Evans. Would you be able to give me the login sign in sheet from last night to tell me if anybody came in before me?
And you hear this pause on the phone. Dr. Evans?
Yes.
You're here in the building?
No, I'm at home.
You're at home.
I think I forgot something last night.
I'm going to have somebody give you a call, Dr. Evans. Uh, could you give me your phone number?
You should have it on file.
Well, just in case, I want to make sure that I've got the correct number for you. I'm going to have somebody else give you a call.
That's perfectly fine. You can have Charlie call me back. It's 555
One,
blah
two,
blah
three, four.
blah
Yeah,
blah.
exactly. He's like, he's like, yeah, I don't think Charlie's.
What's your name?
My name's John.
All right, John. Thank you very much for your help.
Okay, click.
I need to get out of the building.
Yes. Yes.
um, through my access,
Uh-huh.
since I'm assuming my office computer would have like remote access to the lab computer,
Mhm.
can I contact it, or has
Uh,
it been taken out? That's the thing I'm going to attempt
he's
to
gonna
find out.
he's gonna want to have to do it quick. Make a technology roll.
Yep. Four.
He's has access for the moment.
Okay, so remote desktop into the computer in the lab. I would have to record experiments.
Okay.
So through a camera in the lab, it would be connected to that computer.
Now the equipment in the lab. When you left there, everything was on fire.
Yeah. Just attempt
So
to see if anything was
okay.
still salvageable. If any footage from last night.
As he's trying to make that connection, you do get a server unavailable message.
Yeah. Um, and he starts getting frustrated, just pounding on the floor and
Mm.
slapping his palms. Um, this isn't gonna work. And he pulls out a flash.
Mhm.
Um, and then he's gonna attempt to go out into the hallway.
Okay.
Poke his head out.
Okay.
If he's anybody out over there.
He sticks his head out. Could you give me a perception roll, please?
Yep. Two.
Okay. Sticks his head out. Looks left. Looks right. Looks left. Doesn't see anything.
Um, he's gonna attempt to. So, where is my lab in conjunction to my office?
the basement. So you're on the second floor right now. You'd have to go down to first and then down to the
Okay.
basement. So
How far away am I from the elevator?
uh, probably about 15, 20 feet at most.
I'm gonna put up the hood on my jacket,
Okay.
all over to the elevator.
Okay.
Not even on the cart anymore. I'm out of the cart,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Um,
heading to the elevator.
okay. Yeah, he gets over to the elevator. Big finger. Okay. Um, and then yeah, he. You know what? I think I messed up because
Which messed up.
his office was in the basement.
Okay.
So you're already in the basement.
Okay.
I messed up. So
Okay.
what you would have to do is instead of coming out going to the elevator, you would have to come out of your office and go left, continuing down that same hallway towards where the labs are. Sorry about
All
that.
right. So that's fine. Um, I'm gonna traverse down the hall,
Hmm.
and when I turn, I'm gonna peek my head around.
Hmm.
So I'll do another perception
Yeah,
check.
please.
Uh, 2.
Okay. Um, you look you look down. You don't see anything, but that's when you hear a voice from behind you.
Oh
Hey,
God.
hey, 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 hey! Stop! Come here. Who are you?
He just takes off.
So he's gonna go round the
Oh,
hallway. Okay.
oh,
Okay.
oh.
And as he's going down the hallway, he comes to another set of doors, and there is a security guard there in the black uniform, and he's
Of
like
course
his
there
eyes
is.
just go wide, like what the?
Um, at this point, he's just going to keep charging because he really has nothing else to lose.
Okay.
So he's going to attempt to run on all fours and then just
Hmm.
go for a shoulder tackle to
Okay.
knock him into
Okay.
the door.
Okay. Give me a might roll.
Yes, please. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Yeah, he hits him. Kind of shoves the guy back up against the door, so his head kind of hits the glass. It's like they're all like glass
Mhm.
sliding doors. So he hits the door, kind of falls down a little bit. He's kind of sliding down, but you need a badge to get through this door.
I'm going to search him as fast as I can
Okay.
because
Okay.
I know
Yeah.
somebody is
Yeah.
coming up
Yeah.
from behind.
Yeah. He grabs a badge and manages to swipe at the door. It opens, and as he's got that door open, he hears behind him, "Stop!"
He just keeps going.
Okay, he's gonna.
He isn't even looking behind him at this point because he knows if he turns around,
Yeah.
he might end up in a cage.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. He's charging down the hallway then.
yes.
This ends up being the same hallway. Now it kind of comes into the same hallway that he remembers from the night before when he escaped from the lab. So now,
So the same hallway that all of the specimens are in.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So now he's going to end up going past that door. It's going to be on his left. And then he's going to have to go past that to then get to another door to get towards his lab that burned. So now he recognizes where he is. So it's going to be a little easier for him if he's going to try to get out of the building.
All right. So I'm going to use the card to get into the animal lab first.
Okay. Okay. All
Head
right.
inside,
Inside.
run
Um,
around, open up a couple of cages.
okay. There's a couple lab techs in there who are like
I don't care.
okay. Okay. And they're like what? And okay. So give me
He's
a
tearing through.
give me a
Agility.
yeah, give me an agility for as he's kind of running past. He's causing call him Agent Chaos at this point.
Agent Chaos. Uh, 3.
He manages to swipe one of them and get it open. And there's a large gorilla in there who like just kind of like pounds on the door, and he kind of gets out. But he's not able to get any more than that. And he hears from behind him that the lab tech's yelling, and then the door opens. And he's pretty sure security is now coming in.
Um,
So basically, he's kind of reached the edge of the room. It's kind of a U-shaped
mhm.
hallway with like cages, and then so he's basically in a corner now.
um, extinguisher worked last time,
Hmm.
so he's going for an
Okay.
extinguisher.
Okay.
And
Uh,
when he takes it down,
okay.
as he's coming back up, he
Hmm.
has the extinguisher in one hand, so he can't
Hmm.
go full speed. So he's
Hmm.
at half semi waddling right now.
Hmm.
The other, he's going to attempt to open as many cages as he can before he gets back to
Okay.
the door.
Okay. Um, spend me a resolve point, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
This
sir.
is a heroic action, so.
He's trying. he's he's freaking trying. So his goal is the other apes
Hmm.
cause a distraction.
Hmm.
If he gets to the door
Hmm.
and he's confronted by security,
Hmm.
spraying.
Okay. Okay. All right.
That's the
Um,
goal.
okay. Um, okay. Roll me an agility again, then.
Agility again.
Let's see if you can get another cage open.
3.
He gets one more, and
Okay.
that's about it. Because now security
Yep.
is coming forward. So there's two apes are out. Um, they're just kind of running towards the lab techs. We're backing up like, wow.
Do I see the ape that had a device on its head?
You do, and he is still in a cage.
I'm
He's not one of
going.
the ones you freed.
I am going to probably kick myself in the ass for this. But with a chance of possibly being captured, I'm going to head to that cage and attempt to open it up.
Okay.
Um, because I have a feeling if I get him out of it, it's going to cause some major chaos.
Could you give me a toughness roll, please?
Yes, that's a pretty good one for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay. You get hit with a taser from the
Ah,
security guard, but it does not do anything to you. So you do
so
manage
it's a
to.
little.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Um,
Not quite that tickles, but
where does it hit me? Like the
back,
back of the shoulders, back of the head.
like back of your shoulder. Yeah.
All right, so
Okay. But
um,
but but you do get to the this ape's cage, and he's named Kershak.
as he gets to it,
Mm-hmm.
when he gets shocked, it's basically
Mm-hmm.
lunging him forward. He has both
Mm-hmm.
of his hands. He's going to get to the handle of the cage to open it up.
Okay.
And right now, he's just looking at Kershak.
Okay. And he gives you this look of recognition, like, thank you. And the cage pops open, and you'd have to get out of the way to let him out because now you're staying right in front of his cage. So,
I'm spending a resolve
okay, do it. Yeah.
because I got plenty left.
Okay. And you get out of the way. He steps out. He kind of steps out kind of regally. I mean, he's kind of. And now there are now three security guards coming in, all with tasers. Um,
Um,
and
he's
they
going to attempt to charge forward and spray the extinguisher.
Okay. All right. I
Since the extinguisher, I'm assuming to him is kind of complicated. You
mhm.
want me to roll
Yeah.
technology?
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be difficult for him.
Yeah, because he's trying to aim, hold a hose,
Yeah. Yeah.
and squeeze a handle at the same
Right.
time. 3.
Okay. He gets it off, but it doesn't. He doesn't kind of get it in the right direction. He's spraying it, but it's kind of unwieldy for him. Um, so one of the guards is gonna shoot a taser. First one, he just misses you, doesn't get you. Second one, give me a toughness roll, please.
Come on.
We're just kind of doing improvised combat here,
1,
so
2, 3, 4.
okay. No effect on you. And now third one shoots at you, and give me another toughness roll, please.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. You're this one definitely shocks you, and you are gonna take 3 damage.
Okay.
Okay, but you're not down. I mean, you've definitely
Um,
this one definitely hurt you. So,
when he's shocked,
mhm.
the extinguisher goes flying out of his hand
Okay, okay,
because he's just
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, at this point, he's just going to attempt to make it for the door because
Okay.
that's all he's got.
Okay.
Because he's desperate, paranoid.
Yeah.
He just wants to get to his lab. He wants to figure out what's going on. He wants to figure out if he has any chance at all of getting back to being a human. He's run out of options.
Okay. Okay.
um,
He can. I'm gonna let him basically charge at the guards, and if he wants to do what they used to call in champions, a move through, just like try to plow through them to get to the
sure.
door. Um, if you can give me a might roll, I'm gonna see if you
I'm
can
going to
basically
give you a
just,
might roll.
yeah, and just basically just shove his way through them. So,
1, 2, 3, 4.
and basically he knocks over number three. Let's see. Number two is just plowed over, and number one. Okay, so basically he plows over the first two guys and just just goes through them, and he can get to the door, and he kind of just reaches out with it and just pulls it open. So now he can get out to the hallway. Okay.
So he's going to tear for his lab if he can.
Okay. He goes charging down the hallway.
He's booking it.
Yep. There's the smell of heavy smell of smoke still in the air because again, this is really only the next morning after it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he gets up to another security door. There was no guard there this time because he was one of the ones who came to the animal lab. But he would have to swipe a card to swipes. Gets through. His lab is going to be on the right hand side. The doorway is like all burned. Anything plastic gets melted. But he would be able to kind of make a quick right into it if he wanted to.
Yeah, it's in.
Okay.
Um,
His desk is melted. It is just
oh God.
destroyed. Everything. There's some equipment on the edges of the lab, but nothing like his personal desk, his laptop, anything is all just melted. And if you can give me an investigation roll, please.
Investigation. 4.
On the floor by his desk, there is a black smudge. It's an ashy smudge.
Does it look like a powder or is it just like burnt in?
Burnt in, and it looks like someone's remains, perhaps.
And he just goes over to the door. He closes it. Um, he he's gonna swing for like the control pad
Mm-hmm.
as hard as he can because now he's frustrated. The body's gone.
Yeah.
It's starting to click in his head. He's dead.
Yeah.
And he's just anger, and it's a rage of being a beast. He's just gonna attempt to hit it as hard as he can in order to smash it, so
Okay.
nobody can come in.
Okay.
He's at his breaking point.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll this. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And then he's just gonna collapse to the floor and start sobbing.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Give me a might roll.
He's very emotional at this point.
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. And he just swings and starts going.
Yep.
Um,
And it is he smashes the panel. Um, he thinks the door should now be secure, but he is basically trapped here.
he just sits on the floor. The bag that was on his back is like slumped over to the side. He just keeps focusing on the smudge. He
And
doesn't know.
yeah, and in a few moments, you hear some pounding at the door. But he's just kind of oblivious to this
Yeah,
point. Um,
he's honed out right now.
and within a couple minutes, they get the door open, and a security team comes in, and they no longer have tasers. They now have pistols drawn on him, and they start moving in, and you hear a voice say, "Stop! Don't hurt him." And a woman steps through the group of guards. You don't recognize her, but she's just kind of looking down at you with almost this look of pity on her face. And that is where we're going to end it. So another emotional roller coaster for Dr.
Oof,
Evans.
my
but
goodness.
but I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope
Crazy stuff.
yes, I hope everybody watching has enjoyed it. If you're watching us on Twitch, please follow my channel. If you're watching on YouTube, please give us a like and a subscribe to the channel. And we will pick up again hopefully soon with issue number 3 for
Absolutely.
Dr. Evans. Uh, would you like to plug anything you're currently working on, sir?
Sure. Um, Very soon, first and foremost, this is July. This is Disability Pride Month. I am part of the disabled community. That's also an actual play streamer, storyteller, influencer. I highly encourage individuals in our hobby to take this up, use it as a tool for mental health, stress relief, and um, disability inclusion to be able to get out there, have fun, de-stress, especially in these hard times. I would like to thank our wonderful storyteller and
Oh,
proprietor here for giving me the platform to push all of this fantastic stuff.
yeah,
For Disability Pride Month, I am going to be paired up with Odd Duck Dice, and on this channel and also on Vancouver by Night, we're going to be giving away 2 sets that match up with the Disability Pride flag. So stay tuned to this channel specifically for the giveaway here. I also work on a couple of separate channels. I'm on a Changeling game for Vancouver by Night that's starting up again in a couple weeks. August 9th, my channel, Wanya Gaming, is going to be starting with a Vampire the Masquerade Chronicle Blood and Jazz of P5. Um, and you can also find me here with these fantastic individuals for superheroes, upcoming Hunter game, anything in between.
yeah,
Fantastic stuff. And yeah,
yeah.
that's all we got.
All right. Well, thank
Oh,
you.
you can find me online at Venture1399.
All righty. Well, thank you. Uh, you guys know me. I run lots of games here. Follow me on Twitter at Bolthra, and we will be back hopefully soon with another issue. So again, thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great night.
Ah.
Alrighty.